what FedNow will do is it will enable all the banks, any bank in the United States, not just the big ones, to offer instantly available funds and real-time payments to their customers. That's what it will do. So that's a great thing. A CBDC, I think you're asking whether a CBDC would serve some of that, but a CBDC is going to be years in the evaluation. And, I think we can get this into the hands of the public very quickly. And I think we'll have real-time payments in this country very, very soon. And so that's a good thing.
In today's podcast episode, we will gain a better understanding of FedNow by discussing how it works, its benefits, and how it differs from traditional payment systems. Hey everybody, welcome to the Build Young, Grow Wealthy podcast. My name is Walida Cherie, and I help busy professionals and entrepreneurs manage, protect, and grow their income to obtain financial freedom. Without further ado, let's get into this. FedNow is a real-time payment system developed by the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States. It allows individuals and businesses to send and receive payments instantly, 24/7, 365 days a year. This system is important because it provides a faster, safer, and more efficient way to transfer money compared to traditional payment methods. FedNow can help reduce the risk of fraud and errors and improve cash flow management for businesses. Additionally, it can benefit individuals who need to receive funds urgently, such as for emergency expenses or bill payments. Now let's discuss the benefits of instant payments and how FedNow makes it possible.
In today's fast-paced world, time is money. More people, businesses, and organizations are demanding instant payments. That's why the Federal Reserve is developing the FedNow service, a safe and efficient instant payments infrastructure that will modernize the U.S. payment system. The FedNow service will give financial institutions the opportunity to innovate, enabling their customers to send and receive money in seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Funds will settle between financial institutions in real time, which means there's no buildup of interbank obligations, and end users will have access to the funds in seconds.
Waiting 3 to 5 business days for a refund after returning a product can be frustrating, especially when the funds cleared immediately upon purchase. With FedNow, this inconvenience will be eliminated. Another benefit of FedNow is its ability to process payments instantly, even if they are submitted at the last minute. This can prevent late fees and ensure that bills are paid on time. Here are some examples directly from the FedNow website for the individual, you, the consumer. A homeowner could pay a mortgage on its due date, confident the payment met the deadline. A folk art collector could buy art at a flea market without swiping a card or touching a pay pad. Diners who share a meal could instantly reimburse the person who paid the tab for their portion of the bill before they even leave the table. And an investor could quickly transfer cash in her brokerage account to her account at her financial institution to make needed home repairs. Now here are examples from the website on the benefits to business owners. Small merchants who accept instant payments can receive the funds from these sales immediately, increasing cash on hand and potentially reducing the need for costly loans. A building contractor can more quickly obtain needed materials by instantly paying suppliers that require payment in advance of shipment. A utility company can send customers a request for payment and receive the funds immediately once the customer authorizes the payment. Because the responding payment can be linked to the original request, account reconciliation can be automated. Aside from significant savings from reduced manual processing, this enables faster posting of the payment and improves the customer experience. Check out this brief video from the FedNow website explaining how transactions will work.
How will the FedNow service work? Imagine the owner of a coffee shop is running low on coffee beans and needs to schedule a quick delivery. She places an order, and the coffee bean company sends her a request for payment. She responds to the request for payment and pays for the coffee beans right then and there through an app from her credit union, which uses the FedNow service. Once she initiates the payment, her credit union screens the payment and sends an ISO 20022 compliant payment message, either directly or through a service provider to the FedNow service over the Federal Reserve's FedLine network. The FedNow service instantly validates the payment message and passes it along to the coffee bean supplier's bank. In real time, the supplier's bank confirms to the FedNow service that it intends to accept the payment, and the FedNow service debits and credits the master accounts of both the shop owners and the coffee bean supplier's financial institutions or the master accounts of their correspondents. The FedNow service also immediately sends a payment message with an advice of credit to the supplier's bank and notifies the shop owner's credit union that settlement is complete. Finally, the supplier's bank credits the supplier's account in near real time, making the funds available. The supplier's bank will have the option of sending a confirmation to the shop owner's credit union that the payment has been posted to the supplier's account, providing the coffee shop owner with certainty that the payment was received.
Although there is a lot of emphasis on faster payments for consumers and businesses, there are other entities that can benefit from faster transactions. So let's take a quick look at the different types of transactions which can be found on the FedNow website. Very briefly here, we're going to look at the overall picture, not in detail. You can always go back and look at this. It is on the FedNow website. So they give us some different examples of how faster payment transactions can benefit more than just the consumer and businesses. So as we see here, first we have person to person, which would be basically me and a friend or me and a family member giving money to each other or receiving money. Then you have consumer to business. This is when you make purchases to businesses. Consumer to government. This is one that I haven't really heard people talk about, but this is something they're trying to incorporate with FedNow, which is making you have an option to pay your taxes or your fees directly through the FedNow website. The government to consumer. So when you file your taxes, if you have a tax refund or you have Social Security benefits, or in a case like the pandemic, you have stimulus payments, you can get it directly from the government through FedNow and not have to wait for your checks to get mailed out. And then you have business to consumers. This would be like a refund. Instead of waiting 3 to 5 business days, you'll instantly get your money back. Business to business. So for instance, if you have to buy inventory or provide other services through other businesses, you can pay them directly. Business to government. This is if your government owes taxes, you can pay through that way. And then account to account. This would essentially be you transferring money from your account to a different account or vice versa. So these are the ways that they are hoping that we can utilize FedNow to get faster payment, not just from consumer to business or business to consumer, but also through all these other avenues. So now I'm going to explain how FedNow differs from traditional payment systems. Traditional payment systems operate on a closed-loop system where a single provider is responsible for maintaining the accounts of both the payer and the payee. This means that in order to complete a transaction, both parties must have an account with the same provider. Examples of the closed-loop system would be PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. With the closed-loop system, you would still need another financial institution to transact the money, and it usually takes a day or more for the money to be accessible in your bank account. I want to note that these same closed-loop options offer the ability to get an instant payout, but it's for an additional fee. Now, with open-loop systems, this allows payers to pay a broader range of payees, including those who have accounts with different financial institutions. They usually have a shared network, and examples are Visa Direct, MasterCard Send, the RTP network, Zelle, and as of July 2023, FedNow will now be a part of the Open Loop network. This is going to be a 3-part series, but before we wrap up this episode, let's discuss the anatomy of an instant payout by checking out this document that can be found on the FedNow website. Okay, so we are looking at this document which can be found on the FedNow website, and I just wanted to walk through the process of what it would look like. So the first thing would be is an initiation, and if you've ever used any type of payment apps such as Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, etc., then you kind of know how it works. The next step would be authorization. The third step is transmission. The fourth step would be acceptance. And then the final step would be the receipt. So what do you think so far? Are you sold on the FedNow platform? Be sure to leave me a comment. I will be releasing the other 2 videos later in the week, so make sure you are subscribed and have your notification bell turned on to know when they drop. And until next time, I will talk to you later.